The agenda for today is I'm going to show you how to import the Minimal app into Android Studio, obtain the challenge path information from the Imperva portal, and for the application that I'm using for some specific information for the request I'm going to be sending with the Minimal app. Then I'll launch the Minimal app with the configured settings, and I'll show you how to take a block action with advanced bot protection when a given advanced bot protection token is not present. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to start up Android Studio after I've downloaded the Minimal app or had it provided by a member of the account team at Imperva. So I launch Android Studio. I would have already unpacked the Minimal app. And the project structure is just there's the example folder underneath the zip file itself. And the thing that I'm going to focus on for today is the Minimal app portion. Now there's two files that we want to make sure we update. There's the main application Java and then the main activity Java. There's this distill protection endpoint here. I'm going to have to make sure to update this. I already have this information here that I can obtain from the portal, and I'll show you where that is right now. But this is how my client, my mobile application, is going to obtain the mobile SDK token and challenge information so that it can prove that it's not running on an emulator or doing something nefarious. So to obtain that information, go to website groups. CloudWAF is the domain that I'm working off of here, cloudwaf-badbotgl.com. And then under advanced settings, I can see mobile SDK challenge path. And this is where I would grab that information. Now, when you're updating Android Studio, make sure to include the full protocol, domain, as well as the path. In this case, I'm just going to uncomment out that piece, and then comment out the part that needs to be commented out. Now, I also need to add something application specific because it's my custom application. So for the protected URL, this is something that I'm actually going to be interacting with. And this is commonly going to be a login endpoint, some type of registration, maybe credit card checking or gift card checking, something that's very sensitive that you want to protect against automation. In my case, I just have a very basic JSON endpoint. And I'm going to uncomment that and then comment out the other part as well. So now I should be about good to go, and I should be able to launch the Minimal app. Make sure there may be a couple of different options here for how you're going to build the application. Make sure you do have the Minimal selected here. So now as I launch the application, the Minimal app will then appear. Now I can make the request with a token and without a token. And this can be useful to make sure that you know that your application is sending the token as you would expected. And if it's not sending a token, that you can take an action on that behavior. So if I send the request without a token, I can see I'm getting back the JSON endpoint, the JSON response that I would be expecting. And if I send the request with a token, I can see that the token information is provided there on the Minimal app. Now, if I want to see this blocking take action, it's very straightforward and very quick within the UI. I'm going to go back here. I'm going to go to my policies, and I already have a policy set up here. And what I want to do is, if there's no token present, I'm going to take the block action here. So I'll set this to active. Publish the configuration. I'll go back to the application itself. And now if I send this request without a token, I should see a block page. And that's what I see. If I send the request with a token, I should be allowed through because I'm supplying the advanced bot protection token with the request. Thank you for the time, and let us know if you have questions.